Parashat Bereishit. The way the story goes is that many years ago, President Nixon met with Golda Meir, who was Israel's prime minister. The president told Golda that even though he was the leader of one of the biggest countries in the world and she was the leader of one of the smallest, she made it look like her job is much harder than his. And that was her response. She said, "Mr. Nixon, you are indeed the president of 150 million citizens, but I'm the prime minister of 5 million prime ministers." It may sound funny, but anyone who is slightly familiar with Israeli politics knows how accurate it is. Because in Israel, every person believes that she or he is better equipped than the current prime minister to run the country. Why is that? In our portion, which is the beginning of the Torah, in fact in chapter 1, verse 27, we are introduced to the notion that God created human beings in God's image. We often talk about it, but today I want to take it much further. The idea that people were created in God's image was not introduced first in the Torah, but in older cultures like Egypt and Mesopotamia, but with one huge difference. In these cultures, it was only the kings who were created in the divine image. It was only the kings who were considered to be God's agents in the world. And here comes the Torah and says, that's not the case. The truth is that anyone, not only kings, but each one of us was created in God's image. Each one of us has the ability to mediate God's blessings to the world. In other words, the Torah is telling us all of us are kings and queens. And hence Golda's comment. In the Jewish state, everyone believes that they can be the leaders. Nobody has a fundamental right to rule over others. And I want to leave you with another thought. If, in fact, everyone is a king or a queen, doesn't it mean that all of the people around us deserve the respect that is normally saved only for royalty? Shabbat Shalom.